What's up guys, it's Raccoon back with another video, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at my 2021 gaming and editing setup. So this setup has been many years in the works really. I've done plenty of update videos on what stages I was at, and at the time I thought I was finished with the setup, but slowly I've refined it to a point where now I'm pretty much 100% sure this is the sort of layout that it's going to stay with. So pretty much what it is, it's got the one PC behind me with 3 monitors. So 2 of the monitors are together, and those are for just the main setup, just sitting there editing or watching YouTube or whatever, being on Discord, playing Minecraft. And then on the other side, just behind me here, is where I play Forza. And I've got the Logitech G25 steering wheel there with the shifter and everything. And then I've got the speakers, which I'll be going over later. But let's start off with the PC. So the PC has an i5-4570, which is a 3.2 GHz CPU, which boosts to a clock of 3.6 GHz and has 4 cores and 4 threads. Now this processor is from 2013, and it's a relatively old processor, but it still holds its ground. I can even edit 4K footage from a Sony a6400 camera, which I'm actually really surprised with, and I could edit it at full resolution. So I'm actually quite surprised with that. Now I'm also running 16GB of DDR3 RAM clocked at 2400 MHz, and it's HyperX RAM, and the RAM is blue, hence why the PC's color scheme is blue, but the rest of the setups is red and black. I've also got the GTX 770 2GB version from EVGA as my graphics card, and then for storage I'm running a 64GB SSD, which I know is very low capacity, but that's what I had when I installed Windows on this, which was many years ago, and then I'm running that with 2 1TB hard drives. And the case I'm using for this build is a Thermaltake View 27 case, and I really like this because you can kind of see all the parts from the top as well as the side. And also this case is a pretty budget friendly case. Now for the monitors, I'm running all 3 1080p monitors, and they're all 60Hz. So nothing special there, and they're not really particularly gaming monitors or anything. They're just your average 1080p monitors. Now my speakers, they're Sony speakers, and they've got 1 driver and 2 tweeters per speaker. These speakers have amazing sound, and I'm running them through a Yamaha amplifier which has plenty of different effects and lots of outputs and inputs. Now this whole speaker setup I got completely for free of Hard Rubbish. Now for peripherals that I'm using on this setup, I'm using a Corsair K70 keyboard, which is the only red version, not the RGB version, and then I've got a SteelSeries Sensei from 2009. Both of these were also for free from Hard Rubbish. Now the mousepad I'm using is a knockoff Razer mousepad. It does the job, and it's a really nice large one, and it's red and black as well. And lastly, for audio I'm using the Behringer C1 cardioid condenser microphone and a Behringer Uphoria UM2 interface, and for headphones I'm using the SteelSeries headset, which I kind of fixed them up by putting new wires in them, and they're my favorite headset I've ever used by far. I really wish I could buy more of these for another setup, or just using to plug into my phone or whatever. And then of course I'm using just a really cheap boom arm. So this setup is really functional for me. As I said, it took me ages to put this all together, many years of just slowly refining the setup, but now it's at a point where I'm probably not going to change it at all, apart from maybe upgrading the PC. So this setup works really functionally for me, because when I want to play Forza, I can simply just turn on the monitor on this side, and then I'll be able to just load up Forza and start playing straight away. Well, with my old setup, I had to have 2 PCs, one running Forza and one doing my editing and everything else, and that just made it way less efficient, and it was just way much more of a hassle. While now it's so seamless for me to just jump from Forza back into editing or any other game, and I've also got a controller there, an Xbox controller, so I can just play any game with a controller on that particular setup as well. So at this point I've reached a point where the setup is really nice, and it really does what I want it to do. It's very efficient at editing with 2 monitors, and it's also really good for playing games and stuff. Even though the PC is relatively underpowered in 2021, it still does the job for me in everything I needed to do. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, drop a like on the video. If you didn't, drop a dislike on the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.